Alright, my people. It's a dark. It's yeah, night. It's your boy Jermaine from Here Comes Trouble TV, guys. I'm here with another live, guys. As it come down near to as it draw down near to the election in Jamaica, the general election that is supposed to held on the 3rd of September, which is next week. We hear both political party leader Mark Golin and Andrew Holness talking of things that they have done and things that they are planning to do for the nation of Jamaica. And as we look forward to see what these guys are talking about, that they're gonna do, because guys, first, my thing is that who owns the roads in Jamaica and who owns the road? Is it the Jamaican government or the Chinese? And I would say the Chinese. The Jamaican people will constantly pay for this road for years to come. And why I say that for years to come, because even when these roads are finished, paid off, they'll be still collecting money for this road as if the road is not yet paid off. So the people of Jamaica is sacrificing themselves to pay for these roads that they implement toll booth. And you know what happened? The toll is so expensive. It's expensive for poor people. And as a labor right, do you think Anjola should get a third term? No. Why I said no? Anjola has been the Prime Minister of Jamaica, I think from 2016 until 2025, current now, present now. And when Andrew Onis took the government and I voted for him in 2016, I thought, yeah, this guy is young. He knows government. He have been in politics a number of years. And he has been Minister of Education and he have been in many other portfolio. But Andrew Onis failed the people of Jamaica. And the poor people, they can't even see that with their two eyes. You understand? Because we in Jamaica, even our own beaches, we're not allowed to go to. In Discovery Bay, at the Puerto Rico beach, there's 2 days out of the week that the local Jamaicans are not allowed there. And even though they have these debates about the PNP and the JLP, these are the questions the reporters or the person who put in the question to them need to ask them. What about the beaches for the Jamaican people? I understand. Bro, I said foreigner come in and the foreigner they come in and they take over Jamaica. The Chinese, the Americans, all other countries. You understand? Yeah, the Chinese especially, because Anjonas said that he built roads. These roads been building before Anjonas took office. These roads been building from PJ Patterson was Prime Minister. Then Portia Simpson Miller. No, Bruce Golding. Then Portia. Then Andrew. So Andrew never started no roads. These roads been building long time ago. You understand? So when I hear Andrew telling the Jamaican people he building roads, what kind of roads Andrew building? These roads been building from PJ was Prime Minister, even though I'm a JLP. What Andrew owners need to do, I see they get some school bus, and they say these buses are new buses. These buses are old bus. These buses are old bus. These buses are not new buses. And second thing, why would you get these big buses for the roads in Jamaica, knowing that the road is small, and then when the children exit in the bus, they're gonna exit in the middle of the roadway. So you're putting the children's lives in danger. When the children step off the bus, no, you're gonna have more children losing their lives when they leave school. You understand? Because Most Jamaican taxi driver, they drive so carelessly, they drive so fast, they drive dangerous. And I've seen incident like this already, where children exiting the motor vehicle and they walk either behind the vehicle and here come another vehicle when they're about to cross the road, hit them, and they suddenly pass away. So now, if these taximen not obeying the traffic and the road laws, with these buses coming to Jamaica, they need to tell the Jamaican people, listen, when you see these sign, the stop sign come out on the bus, you need to stop at least 100 yards away or 50 yards away. You're not supposed to go in the bus. They also need to tell them when the lights start flashing, they need to stop. Because the Jamaican driver, they drive so careless. They drive recklessly. And if you have these school bus in Jamaica, bringing these school children to school, these taximen are in a rush to pick up and to drop off. Because many of these schools, they have like some hype taxis, taking kids from maybe in the town, taking them to the school, which is just meters away where these kids could just walk to school. So these guys will be playing races just to grab as much children to take to that school. And they're going to put other children's lives in danger who is exiting these buses to go to school. Okay, all right. The Prime Minister Andrew Wilson stated that he building roads. I want to know where that roads building, because it's the same old roads I see in Jamaica. And then if it's a highway talking about, the highways, the fees are too expensive. The toll fees are too expensive. They need to drop the fees. You understand? Uh, the Jamaican people paying too much for the toll, because I was talking to someone today and they tell me how much to fill their gas tank, and I was like, what? 17,000 Jamaican, and I'm paying like $50 US, no, $40 US to fill my car. So they are paying 17,000 Jamaican, which is about 120 US, and I'm paying $40 US. So do the maths. So you're telling me that, all right, since Corona, when the gas price and the food price went up, and the Prime Minister, who is Andrew Olney, is supposed to roll back the item of the food or put pressure on the consumer to roll back the item of the food, the gas, electricity. They don't do none of this. So that's why the cost of living in Jamaica is so high, because the Prime Minister did not put pressure on these private sector to roll back the cost of the items. So the people been buying these things from 2020 up until 2025 for the same price. You understand? So you're getting the stuff here in America much cheaper than in Jamaica. And then we Jamaican coming in the country, bringing in stuff, we have to pay so much at customs. And then you have the other nationalities like Chinese and other nationalities who coming in freely. So you're putting pressure on your own Jamaican people. And then now, you're coming out, you're keeping a mass rally. You don't need to keep mass rally if you know you're working, because the work would speak for itself. If you know that you are working, you don't need to keep a mass rally, because number one, the hospitals in Jamaica are in a deplorable condition. Babies been dying in Jubilee Hospital, and you're not hearing they keeping any press conference and giving the public some information regarding those deaths. You understand? The people need to know what's happening. What I realize with Jamaican politics, you only see politician when it's like a couple of months before the general election or the parish council. But after the election, you don't see none of them, both JLP and PNP. They disappear. And I think that these people need to constantly visit in their constituency, speak with the person who elect them in office, and see what these people need to be done and to set the record straight. These people elect you to represent them, to do what is right for the country and their families. You understand? So if you run as an MP, a member of parliament, your job is not only to go and see the people now because it's election, but after the election is over with, you need to go back into your constituency even once a month or every 2 months and visit your people, have dialogue with your people, talk with your people, you understand? Don't just wait for the next 4 years to come back around and then you're running back in. And some of you been in office for 4 years and you have not representing the people who elect you. The people have no water. The people can't even buy food. They have no jobs. I mean, the roads are in a deplorable condition. It's a shame. You understand? Many of these politicians goes inside there for the money. They don't go to represent the people who elect them to represent them. And I'm talking about the JLP and the PNP. It's time for the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party stop playing politics with the Jamaican people. You need to start to work for the people of Jamaica. You need to start to do what is right. So the people of Jamaica can look up to you guys and said, yes, we have a leader. We have a representative. We have somebody who care for us in Jamaica. When I look and I see, oh, the Chinese coming in and they're selling a lot of fake items, fake clothing, and all these things, and they get away with it. You understand? Because in Jamaica, we have some people that bias. You understand? Certain persons get away with certain crime. You understand? And if we can recall, in 2010 when we had the shooting when they went for do this coke, the JDF they shoot up what's his name again? Keith. I think it's Keith his name. He was a businessman. They shoot up his house in the rich area neighborhood, the rich neighborhood. And these JDF guys, they got away. They got away. And that was from 2010, and now it's 2025. So 15 years later, they got away with murder. You understand? They got away with murder. Our justice system in Jamaica need to reform because it takes so long for a case to go before trial sometimes. And it takes so I think the prosecutor need to have some plea bargain where they do some plea bargain as well. You understand? So you can get the cases moving fast through the court system. You understand? And you don't have this backlog case pile up, and then the judges have so much case to call up before the court. You understand? You're putting a strain on the system. You understand? It's time for us as Jamaican to stand up and to represent our country. You understand? Our country, our motto is out of many one people. You understand? Our motto is out of many one people. That means Jamaica recognize all nation. We are equal. You understand? When I was in Italy and in the UK, they said Jamaica no problem. You understand? Yeah, we have no problem because even when we have our problem, we laugh about it. So you don't even know that we have problem. You understand? Jamaican people always smiling. You understand? Jamaican people is one of the nicest that people can find. But what I'm saying now, what I am saying that the roads in Jamaica need to be fixed. And why it takes Andrew Holness so long to fix these roads that he claimed that he fixing road? Why it takes so long for him to fix the roads? Because these roads should have been started fixing from last year. Knowing the fact that the election have to call this year, the road should have been done. They always do this in Jamaica, both PNP and JLP. Because if I know Mark Golin, 99% chance Mark Golin will win the election. But will Mark Golin do the same thing as Anjolis? Wait until 2030 to start to fix the roads, or 2029. In America, these guys never stop fix road. Never stop fix roads. Roads constantly fixing. Maybe you're driving from here in Florida to Tennessee or to Georgia. Maybe you pass how many different places that they're fixing roads and all these equipment, these police service vehicle there. We are calling on the Jamaican government to focus on our roads more, because that's why we have so many accidents that claim the life of so many Jamaicans. Because you driving on a roadway and you don't know that there's a big pothole around the corner, and the moment you go around that corner, maybe the speed that you're traveling, you hit that pothole, the car lost control, and all the occupants in that car, they don't live to tell the tears. We need to fix our roads. We don't. Andrew wanna say, cannot say you're fixing roads or you're making roads when the roads are bad. The roads are really bad. I'm telling you. And then the highways now. You need to do something about the toll highway price. It's too high. You understand? You need to drop that fee. The people of Jamaica, they're only working to pay bills. Electricity is high. Food cost is high. What you call it? The toll booth is high. Uh, and now Donald Trump put all these tariff and all these things. So that help affecting the Jamaican economy as well. Because Donald Trump is not playing. You understand? Trump is giving it to every persons except Israel and Russia. Trump is putting pressure on every country except Israel and Russia. Russia and Israel is like they have free paper. They can do anything and nothing comes out of it. But little Jamaica and the Barbados and Trinidad and all these other little small islands and Mexico and all these other countries, Canada, they have to stand and fight, you understand, to survive. But America, not America, Trump, I'm saying Trump, not America, because if it was for America, we wouldn't get all these tariff and thing. So I'm saying Trump, because he's the one that implement these things. So Trump is putting all these pressure on the other nation, but he exclude Russia and Israel. You understand? So Israel get free passage, free ticket. You understand? And if you see what Israel is going on now in Gaza, Israel seems like they want to wipe out the entire Gaza city. It's like they want to liberate the people in Gaza. You understand? I don't know what else left in Gaza for Israel to do, because if you take a good look at the photograph coming out of Gaza from different news network, all the buildings flat in Gaza. And I don't know why the world leaders just watch and sit back and let Israel doing all these evil things, slaughtering innocent babies, starving innocent kids, and these world leaders do nothing about it. It needs to stop. But I'm happy China came out and China said that if Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu come anywhere in their territory, he will be arrested, because there is a arrested warrant out there for Netanyahu, but some country refused to say yes. We will arrest Netanyahu if he comes in our airspace or if he land in our country. So China finally comes out, but why it taking China so long to come out and say yes, we will arrest Netanyahu? And I think America need to do the same thing, because these people are committing genocide. They are committing war crimes against humanity. So many children being slaughtered, so many children being dying from hunger, so doctors being killed, journalists being killed. You understand? Churches being destroyed, houses, schools, hospital, and the whole world stand and they look as if everything is good. What if these bombs was dropping in America? How would the world look on us? How would the world feel? How we would feel to know that oh, these bombs are dropping on us. We have nowhere to go. It's time for people to rise up. You understand? Unite together. Together we can stand, and together we will defeat our enemies. So I'm calling on Britain, I'm calling on the Canadian Prime Minister, France, Germany, Switzerland, all these other countries, Australia, Italy, all these countries. It's time for you to put pressure on Netanyahu. If it's even to send your military in to stop Netanyahu idea of war crimes against humanity. Brazil, Ecuador, El Salvador, all these countries, you understand? They need to start to defend the people of Gaza and even the African countries as well. They need to stand, you understand, and defend these children. These children are dying rapidly. Every day I wake up, I listen to the news, 80 kids, 70, 20. It's like, it's like, this is not war, because you only hear the death toll on one side, but the other side, there's nobody dying from that side. So how can you say that's a war? It literally meaning that these persons who are there are slaughtering these people, and then they investigating their own crime. Because now, after they did that to the hospital yesterday, and 4 journalists was killed and doctors, and Now they say that they launch an investigation. You commit the crime. How can you launch in an investigation into the same crime that you commit? You need to have outside bodies to come in and investigate a crime that you have just committed. You understand? Because you cannot investigate your own self. In no way. We are calling on President Trump. We are calling on Marco Rubio. We are calling on the Democrat and the Republican, and we are calling on the Senate to stand up and let Israel stand back. We are calling on the American people, the American citizens. We are calling on you guys to stand in the favor of Gaza and to defend these children in Gaza that are dying daily. Even now, as I'm speaking, maybe they're dropping bombs over there. We need to defend these innocent children. It's time now. It's time, full time now for everything to stop. But guys, I should be in Jamaica. Yes, for the election. And we will see who will win the election come um how would I say, what may I do? Just there I talk about the bad roads in Jamaica where Andrew wanna say him fix, you understand? Him a fix road. I mean I seen a road I fix at Jamaica, you understand? Yeah. The roads are in a deplorable condition. So what I want to do, I like up the live, share the live so you can reach your Prime Minister. If you can share the live, I make it reach to Andrew Jones. I would really appreciate you guys because Andrew Jones stated that he's fixing roads and all these things, and he's getting new school buses. These are old buses. These buses are like 15 years old. You understand? They just changed the tires. What's his name? The guy from Portland, the MP, Darrell Vaz. He said that he just changed 100 tires or something like that on the buses. But they tricked the Jamaican people because I remember when they what you call that again? When they putting up the signs in Montego Bay. There's the big sign in Montego Bay right there. They said that that sign cost, I think it was like 17 million or something like that, or 13 million, and they said then 21 million. So they tricked the people just to steal the money and put in their pocket. Now, they did the same thing in Negril when they said that they're gonna put up the sign in Negril. You understand? So each time they making some figures, you understand, some rough figures, and they robbing the people, you understand, and thing like that. But what I am saying to you guys, go out come September 3rd, go out and put your ex at the right place. Make the right decision. Look in your life and see if you can afford to live right now. See if you can make it right now because the things are so high. You understand? It's really high. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, you have to agree with me 100% because a reality me I thought, me not thought, bro. You see, and go and see me, and me no know. I chew me there watching at the dark, you know, but up on the road, me then in the house. So as soon as when the sun starts, see me come live in my studio. You understand? Cause there's a lot of things, and guess what? If Mark Golin win, we are gonna put pressure upon Mark Golin too. No think we not put no pressure upon Mark Golin. We put pressure upon Mark Golin as well. You understand? Because guess what? We don't want we don't want Mark Golin win, and when him win, him think say I just peace and safety. No. Everything that these politicians promise the people of Jamaica, they need to get it done. They need to work towards it. They need to move forward towards it. They need to do it so the people can say yes, they get their money's worth. You understand? But we're gonna have a debate on this channel, Here Comes Trouble, where I'm gonna have somebody from the People's National Party, someone from the Jamaica Labour Party, and they'll tell you what their government have done since they're in office. And the PNP will also tell you what their government did while they were in office. And as this election draw near, we will give our take on what we think that supposed to be done, because I can name a lot of stuff that need to be done right now in Jamaica. We need more ambulance because there's a lot of motor vehicle accident occur in Jamaica on a daily basis. So we need more ambulance. We need more nurses at the hospitals, more doctors. We need more equipments at the hospitals. Some of our police station need to rebuild. Some of these police station need to demolish. We need more police service vehicle. We need more police officer to take their jobs very serious. We also need body worn camera for our police officers in Jamaica to conduct their duty, to carry their duty. We need better roads in the country areas. We need more jobs in Jamaica for the people of Jamaica. You understand? We need better school system in Jamaica, because the children, they drop backwards in education. Since Corona, a lot of children fail in all their subjects. So the government need to focus more on the children of Jamaica, their education. Second, get more ambulance in the country for the hospitals, and any emergency they can respond very quickly if there is a dangerous accident. We need more fire trucks because we have big cruise ships coming to Jamaica. I remember when I was working on the cruise ship, and my cruise ship was the biggest cruise ship in the world, and we used to dock in Falmouth, Jamaica. And I always said to myself, what if we should have a fire? Can Falmouth Fire Department respond? Do they have the equipment to conduct this emergency? Or they have to wait on Montego Bay or Senan? But then we all train on the cruise ship in fire rescue. So in case we should have a fire on the ship, we can manage it until we get help from shoreside. Because I remember when we had a fire when we were at sea coming from Europe, heading to Fort Lauderdale, in the laundry at the front of the cruise ship, below the restaurant. That would be the crew restaurant, the crew area. And I was at the back of the cruise ship in my bar, and I heard the explosion, and the captain and the staff captain and the chief officer safety, they were in the bar. They just came to the restaurant to eat, and when they hear the explosion, they took off and they run to the front of the ship with security guard and everybody, and they extinguished the blaze. But saying this to saying that, we had another Royal Caribbean cruise ship that caught fire. I think it was in Falmouth too. I think it was like 2 3 years ago. But the crew member, they extinguished the blaze with the Jamaican Fire Department. But we need to get more fire truck in our country to help in case these big cruise ship caught fire. Because my cruise ship, we had how many passengers? We had like 7,000 something passenger, and we have 2,250 crew member. So we have approximately 9,000, almost 10,000 people aboard. You understand? And it's a big cruise ship. So if you have a big fire and you don't have enough fire truck to extinguish these blaze, you're gonna have a lot of casualties. You're gonna have a lot of person losing their lives or whatever. So we need the government to focus more on getting more ambulance, more fire truck, because Jamaica is a tourist destination, and you're building so many hotels, you're building so many guest houses, Airbnb. So you need emergency vehicle to respond to emergency cases. Like in America, when you call 911 and they ask you, what do you need, ambulance or police? We need to call 119 in Jamaica and they say the same thing. What do you need, ambulance or police? So if you need ambulance and you're calling from this area, a ambulance can get there within the least 10 minutes time. You don't need to wait for 30 minutes or 35 minutes before the ambulance reach to you. No, at least 10 minutes time. You understand what I'm saying? And then we need to also have our police officers respond quickly for any emergencies. You understand? Yes. But Anjonis, I want to say to you that since you've been in office, you have done some good things. Not saying that you haven't. You have done some good things. but you could have done a lot more. Many, many more you could have done. You understand? When I look back at the work that you have done, I think I give you a C. Yeah, I give you a C, Andrew. Yeah, because you could have done more for the Jamaican people. You understand? Um, I was talking to a lady the other day, and I think it was on the live, yeah. And I'm not gonna touch it tonight. I'm not gonna touch it tonight. I'm gonna let it stay right where it is. But what I'm saying to you, Mr. Prime Minister, you need to do more for the Jamaican people because I just understand that the houses that you're giving away, God forbid, what if those person die? Nobody else can move into it. I never know that until yesterday. So you guys are pretending, are acting like these houses, you give the people the key, the houses belong to them. But one of my friends was saying that no, they're just there in the house. But if anything should happen to them, the house goes back to you and you give it to somebody else. It's not supposed to be like that. If these persons should die tomorrow, God forbid, the house, one of their family members should claim the house. You understand? But I hope to see you guys in Jamaica, and we will be carrying the election live. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot. You understand? And we're gonna get the views of the people. You understand? Both PNP and JLP. Why are they voting for PNP? Why are they voting for JLP? Um, what they do? No, what the JLP did in the last 5 years that they feel comfortable with, that they would vote for them again. We're gonna put some question to the people. I know many of the people they ain't gonna answer the question because what many of the Jamaicans who are voting, they vote because of their mother or their grandmother was JLP or PNP. They don't vote for the betterment of the country. They don't vote because this person doing good. You understand? Even if Andrew Holness was doing good, not saying that he's not doing good, but he could have done much more. But even if Andrew Holness was doing good, and this person is a PNP, because his or her mother, his dad or his mother, is a PNP, even though Andrew Holness was doing good, he ain't gonna vote for Andrew Holness. So what happened now? They follow the same footstep of their parent, you understand, or their grandparent. So that leave the country to go backwards because they don't have a mind of their own. As much as they're adults, they don't have a mind of their own. But hope to see these people do the right thing come September 3rd, when the election will be held, and maybe by the 4th or the 5th, we will hear who win the election. Because this election, I estimate at least 1.7 million people to be voting in this election. And this is going to be a close election, very close. But the People's National Party will definitely win the election come September 3rd. And I'm glad I'm on the live. So this will save so people can see that I already told you that the People's National Party will win the next election. The Jamaica Labour Party may get at least 27 to 28 seats, but the People's National Party will win. If you take a look at the mass rally that held in Montego Bay and Halfway Tree, and you take a look at the mass rally that held in St. Thomas and Mandeville by the People's National Party, you would see the difference. Many of the young people behind the JLP, they have no vote, and many of them they don't make up their mind. They're not this. They don't know what they're doing. And I remember in 2016 when I worked in the election in the polling station, and our MP called us, and our MP said, "How do we look? How do we look?" And I said to him, so far, because we had like 4 PDs. but the PNP was leading in these PDs. So I think JLP won PD 89 and PD 90 and PD 86, and I don't remember the next one. The People's National Party won. So come September 3rd, it's going to be a panic mood for the Jamaican Labour Party, because many of the MPs that are there now, they won't be there come September 4th. Many of the JLP MPs that are in office now, they'll lose their seat because they wasn't working. They weren't working for the people, none at all. No, they were only talking their mouth and sitting in parliament and knocking the benches. When Andrew only saw, Juliet only saw, what's his name? What's this guy name again? This guy do not Wolaba. Warmington. When Warmington or Desmond Mackenzie or any one of them thought they knocked the bench, or Cha, or any name of Portland again. Daryl Vaz, they knocked the bench and all these things, are Christopher Tufton. So what happened now? These MPs, they sit in parliament and they only knock the benches, not the chair, not the, and they don't do nothing. And they expect to win their seats. And they said Jonas is the best prime minister in Jamaica. Jonas is the best. He do everything. He's working. He's fixing. How can you fix in the country when the economy is so hard? The people can't even find food. How? You tell me how. Food is so hard for the people to find, and you're telling me that you're fixing the country. You're not fixing no country. You understand? Yeah, you're not fixing no country. When you start to fix the country is when the people of Jamaica can survive. Because as I say, the gas price is too high, electricity is too high, food cost is too high. Many children won't go back to school come September morning because their parents is not working. Both their mom and their dad ain't working. So how are they gonna find money to go back to school come September morning? The government of Jamaica, Andrew Michael Olness, needs to do better, as well as Mark Golin. When the election is called and you elect the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, we will put pressure on you as well, because you guys think is a game. This is a serious thing. You understand? This is not something to laugh about or joke about. These are people lives. People are depending on you to lead the country. People are depending on you to do what is right for our country. Well, Angola is doing a good job when it comes on to infrastructure. Yeah, I see a lot of hotels building. I see a lot of houses building. I see a lot of other business places building. But I'm not seeing the roads fixing. I'm not seeing water being moved to other areas that haven't have water for many years. I haven't seen factories building in Jamaica, because Jamaica used to export. Now Jamaica are importing sugar cane and all these things, sugar. Jamaica needs to start open back up their factories. Banana factory, sugar factory, cloth factory. Jamaica needs to start open back up their factory, and that's the way they can stabilize the dollar, and the country can move in the right direction. They are importing too many stuff in Jamaica. They're not exporting nothing. You understand? And that is what tearing down our country. We have a good we have good resources. You understand? We have backside. We have agriculture. I hear they say Jamaica even have oil. And if Jamaica have oil, China is gonna fight over it as well as the United States. You understand? Because the United States is gonna say that's in our backyard. And China, China is in Jamaica because they have a lot of Chinese business down there already. So I'm just saying. But guys, it was a pleasure being here tonight, guys. Tomorrow we'll be live throughout election. You understand? Stay tuned. And guys, we're gonna have the number for you to call in. Yep. Yeah. We're gonna have the number for you to call in, so you can call in and you can give your views or what you think. Yeah, let us know what you think, because we are here for the people and for Jamaica and for our country. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us true our lead. Alright, guys. It was a pleasure being here tonight, guys. As I go, I just want to repeat the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Guys, peace. Guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do remember to hit that notification bell so in the next video drop, you're the first to be notified. And guys, share up the video, like up the video, comment. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed night. Yeah.